What's up everyone? Today we're doing another VOD review, this time on a guy named Mobeen. He is Diamond 3, and this was his stats when I met him. One of the worst tracker scores I have ever seen, terrible damage around, terrible KD, and win to loss ratio. But we gave him a lot of advice, and he has now turned into a lot better of a player. This is him currently today. Way better tracker score, way better damage around, way better win to loss. Now let's get on to the VOD review. Okay, so the first round here, it looks like the enemy team's going towards B. They are fighting towards B here and getting split from mid. Now Mobeen is rotating. There is a trip over at B, but look, that trip gets broken. Now what Mobeen has to worry about is, for one, obviously a lurker here and or bottom mid. But the other thing is trying to help these guys as much as possible. With that trip being broken, he can't just like teleport to there real quickly. But what he can do is he can at least smoke it off, and hopefully that would delay the defenders, or the attackers to push inside. So they get the pick there, but he doesn't do this smoke. And watch what happens here in a second. So once they finally clear out these guys, now they're getting killed from behind.
I'm lighting him.
Good comm for the flash. And good utility from both Gecko and Omen there to win the round. But just be really cautious when you're rotating. Really keep an eye on that map. As long as you're not in like a situation where you're going to get fought when you're peeking here or something. But yeah, you know, keep an eye on that map. That trip was there, but that trip left. Now, you got to think what that means for yourself there. Like, should I smoke? Should I not smoke? Probably a smoke would be, you know, impactful in a round like this. On to 3-0. The enemies are now working towards B again. Watch how Mobeen rotates. As you guys can see, that smoke he was placing was while he was in the open here. Just a perfect pick he is for any kind of lurker here like the chamber. So no comm that he's going to flash. The flash probably would have been better to be a little bit earlier because the Gecko was going to ult. Now the Gecko didn't tell him this either, but I mean, this is best case scenario, right? Where the Omen flash will come in first. That means that they can't see and they have to worry about that. And then the Gecko ult can come in and get them. Obviously it was backwards and it didn't really help. And the other thing that you have to worry about too is people like to fight out into CT a lot, into Boba, and we need to be prepared for this. You also got to remember, on our very first round, where did we fight from? Right here. And we've skipped a few rounds too, but a lot of fighting has been going on in market. So this even means it could be even more of a reason why they would want to push out somewhere else. So Moby needs to be ready for this. He's not really ready for a gunfight. And he gets picked off easily. Okay, so 3-1. I say this constantly to my students. We must be looking at the economy and the ults each round of our team and the other team and making a plan based around that. Everything you do should have an intention. You can't guess everything that the other team's going to do, but you can make assumptions. I see a Phoenix ult, I make an assumption. I don't know if it's going to be a B, I don't know if it's going to be an A. I could probably say it might be an A because we're winning 3-1. They've gone B most of the times, and you know, they keep losing their post plants. But yes, I'd be super cautious about this. This one way isn't going to really do anything because without utility to, you know, maybe a flash up high here that slows them down and then makes them have to play more back, the one way can just be passed. And we also haven't really fought for anything A either, so they're not really scared of our one way yet. Next thing is that Phoenix ult, right? So that Phoenix is going to come flying at you. It's exactly what happens here to Mobeen. So gets out his flash. And yeah, I mean, it does flash them, but in this situation, you know, they end up weirdly jumping because they get flashed, they flash him back, and then they just spam him close range. Remember, it's a nearsighted flash too, right? So if they're point blank range, he's going to see you. So gotta be super careful about where you're positioned based around this. And, you know, as a team player, you want to be also communicating to your team so that they don't get caught out with their pants down in other situations. On to 3-3. What I've been noticing with Mobeen is that his patterns of play are very predictable on this game, at least. Now, Mobeen likes to rotate through mid, as most players do, because it takes least amount of time instead of coming around. But it is dangerous, and any kind of lurker can punish that. Now, I'm looking back up here. They also had Phoenix ult again. They used that. They've now got a Sova ult for post plant. And look, they've got a chamber up. Now, what a better place to be than to be playing down mid or towers with an ARP right now. So I know Jed is here, but just watch. Okay, and then right across. Not only does Mobean make a mistake, so does the Jet here to the lurker. Now, when we cross mid, you know, we have TPs. If we're scared of crossing mid, like, we can use them. I bet you he won't use all of his TPs this round, or many other rounds, right? So it's just a piece of utility that should be utilized more, and we've just got to be really careful when we cross this with our knife out. Skipping over to 3 to 4, let's see what we notice again, guys. I bet you can guess what's going to happen. Smoke goes away, and because the smoke goes away, he's not ready for an actual fight. His gun is not positioned properly. He's kind of aiming at the floor. This is a worrying angle. This is a worrying angle, and then around this corner. He's not really ready for this, and didn't TP, and gets lit up, and survives. But yet again, for what? 1 TP around that corner, and we don't have to worry about it at all. Or potential of re-smoking it, potential of having a Cypher cage it for you. But also, looking at this game here, you can tell that they're really working towards the mid a lot. They've been doing it the entire game. Throughout this entire VOD, I did not see these guys take mid control at all, which is a shame. If I was Mobean, I'd be commenting something along those lines, like, let's push down mid this round, guys. Whether it's a save round or not, something different would be good. We have skipped way further into the game now. We've already gone past into the second half. It is now 7 to 8. And let's just watch how Mobean plays his attack. So he actually made this comm to go towards B, by the way. And he made this comm because there's nothing really to hold them. And he's not wrong, right? There isn't that much to hold them off pushing B. The thing about a situation like that, though, is if you're going to push B, it's got to be quick, right? Because they've got nothing to really hold you. But if they all rotate and then now they're stacked on the site, well, it's definitely scary, right? We want to be really quick and explosive in situations like this. And we're just not. He's part of it, and so is his team. So watching this out here, he throws his smoke. Now I want him to throw a flash, right? So this is really unfortunate to his teammate dies from behind, which we're going to talk about in 1 second here. But smoking this off is obviously his first thing that he wants to do, so no one dies from this. But this smoke we don't have to worry about yet, because no one's going to die from here to here, because no one's even made it out into sight yet. Next thing I want him to do is make that flash happen. Probably a flash like this, or something along those lines, so that, you know, these guys are scared of coming out, and also we blind a sight line and can focus on somewhere else. It needs to be communicated by all parties here. It's not really communicated. Rain ends up dying, peeking before the fishy. Smoke really does nothing. Teammates are dead. Bad push by the entire team, but Mobean could have more of an effect. Flashing quicker, communicating, being assertive. Now, looking at this situation here too, as I spoke about earlier, the Cypher dies. Well, the Cypher had Spike. Watch the map, okay? So starting at this round, bomb is on the floor. Look what Cypher does. He picks it up and goes, ah, damn. I shouldn't actually have the spike. Turns around, is like, I should give it to my gecko. Oh, but my gecko is AFK. Don't worry, I'll keep it. One of the things that's a struggle with going AFK at the start of a round is situations like this, but also like the gecko should now be saying, hey guys, give me the spike. If that doesn't happen, Mobean, who's making the comm again to go towards B, should also say to his teammates, hey, give the spike to gecko. I understand that it's not his job to maintain the spike, but you're a team. So if you can notice these little things, it's going to make a big difference in your games. That way, you don't have your lurking Cypher, unfortunately, die at the start of the round with the spike. Okay, so we're on to 8 to 10 now. The team has gone over towards A site. Mobean is lurking mid, which is just completely fine. You know, he smoked. Omen's a great character to lurk, and also he has his ult too. In a second here, this this kill is very impactful. Nearly whiffs, but makes it happen.
I'm smoking CT for you.
Now watch the situation right now. Now it's a 3v3. Now, it's a 2v3, and the Sova's ulting, which means the only person in gunplay right now is the Clove. So that Clove is either gonna like protect the Sova, make sure he doesn't get pushed, or she's like around here or something. Now, we're getting smoked off. That could even mean more of a reason why she would be here, trying to isolate this off. Mobean flashes. Mobean dies. All of this doesn't get flashed, which is a shame because I'm sure you've all played in this corner before. So he's going to be super careful about his flash in general, but at the same time, slowing the play down. His teammates are okay right now. Gecko could watch the back, and Mobean could just say, hey, I'm smoked off, guys, wait for me. Mobean could ult somewhere to distract them, but him running out here is a throw, and watch what happens to the end of the round. Clove gets another kill. It becomes a one-on-one. And unfortunately, the Gecko dies. This is a very big round in the game. It is 8-10. Getting this round does a huge thing for the mentals of our team, and also just gets us closer to the win, and then obviously closer to the loss. It only takes a few of these small mistakes to be the reason why we lose the game. This is one big one here from Mobeen. You hear the regret in his voice. Okay, so this is the last round we're going to talk about. It's 9-11 here. Yet again, going towards A site. Mobeen still has his ult. Getting pushed from here. Same pattern that Clove did earlier. Everyone's dying. And I'm just thinking this entire time, like, why are we not getting ourselves in the gunplay? He's allowed Clove to get 3 kills from this angle without TPing over. He could TP to help his team, but he could also just TP just to distract them again, as I said earlier. TP back here. Things like that would be good with his ult. If I go all the way back to 7-9, this is the round where he gets his ult. The Omen ult isn't the best ult in the game, but it sure can have a big impact on distracting enemies, when you're pushing, getting intel, those kind of things. So to finish this off, Mobeen has improved so much in general. This game wasn't the best from him. What I felt was that he was too predictable in his defense with his rotations. He didn't get himself into gunplay enough on both defense and attack, and his utility was a little sluggish on attack. For those reasons, the game was lost. But next time, he will get it. Now, if you guys watched all the way to the end, you definitely want to get better. Join Gosu with our free link that's in the description and watch this next VOD review. Peace.